Hello and welcome to this overview of IntelliPaaS. In today's overview, we are going to create a ticket in IT Service Management BMC Helix, and we're going to be syncing that directly into Jira, but we're going to be using our IntelliPaaS AI agent to not just transform the data by translating it from English into traditional Chinese, but we're also going to be adding details against the ticket regarding our service level agreements that are coming directly from the ticket itself, so basically as a result of that. As a start, this is the IntelliPaaS overview here. We're an integration platform as a service, and the unique abilities of IntelliPaaS allow you to deploy the platform literally anywhere. So we typically work with Azure. This particular instance here on our demo UK server happens to be physically located in London on Azure, but we do have customers that use AWS. We've got customers that even use Ali Cloud and the like in order to deploy the platform exactly where they need in region to make sure no data leaves the particular country or the specific jurisdiction that they're in. All right, let's quickly log in. IntelliPaaS obviously has role-based access control and everything else built in. We're going to be greeted here straight away with a flow section where we're going to be looking for Helix. You can see there's lots of different ones. Flows are ultimately low-code, no-code environments where we can use any sort of adapter that we have and send data from a particular source, in this case Helix ITSM, to a target system, in this case Jira, but with the added addition that we're going to have our AI node in the middle of it as well. So you can, of course, sync the data directly from the source to the target by just dragging and dropping. Or if you wanted to, in this case here, we're going to be showing you not a direct sync, but also a transformation of the data itself. Let's go into it. And you can see here that the AI node has been prompted to translate whatever text is coming to, and let's change this to traditional Chinese. It's supposed to give the translation only and nothing else, and then obviously we need to feed it the data. Quite simple to configure. The same thing we will do on this side here. However, the difference between the two is one is basically just the summary of it, kind of like the summary at the top. Think of it as the header. That is where we're just translating the text. But then when it comes to the detailed description, we want to make sure that some finer details are being taken care of. So here we can basically give it a prompt to say that it's a co-pilot, and you can add further details in terms of SLAs and whatever else into it as well. It's supposed to provide a structured response in, let's change this traditional Chinese. We define the exact format. Again, we want to make sure it's in traditional Chinese. And what we might also want to add are some additional dependencies and SLAs such as high, medium, low urgency that we want to add as well. So we can expand this as much as we want. We can put additional details for criteria and so on in here. Ultimately, what we do is we train this particular model here to perform in a certain way and in a limited scope make decisions, for example, on assigning a particular urgency and associating the correct SLA when it comes with that as well. Awesome. Let's save all of this. And there's one additional thing I would like to do. I don't just want to have the source system translated to the target system. I also want to get a notification. So there are lots of different adapters that we can choose. In this case, we want to choose Microsoft Teams. And maybe for good measure, we also want to add Slack. So these are pre-configured target systems. You can configure them as much as you want. That goes beyond the scope of this particular video. But what we want to make sure is that these pre-configured endpoints that we've got, Microsoft Teams channel and a Slack channel, that they also get the summary sent in each particular case. So what we do here is we basically just connect these two, we save, and now the integration is up and running. All right, let's go to Helix. we're going to be creating a quick incident. We're going to select our customer in the top right corner once it comes up. And I've prepared a little use case here where we have an issue related to the login issues, login of a finance system, and let's just pick this description. All right, so multiple users in the finance team are unable to log into the ERP system, authentication issue, and so on and so forth. Now, all we got to do is we got to save it, and I'd like to show you what happens behind the scenes. So once that this is saved, here we are, we can have a look in the queues. And you can see that immediately the Jira issue is coming up as new. By the time we refresh, it's probably all done already. Here we go, it's all successful. And two things are going to happen now. First of all, here in Jira, you can already see the prompt new activity. And you can see that it's coming up in Chinese right away. So I can't verify this. I sadly don't speak Chinese, but hopefully that matches the description here. Login issues for the time and finance team users. Once you go into it, you've got the details, and you can see that the urgency immediately assigned the SLA of 1 hour to this here as well, along with the affected products and everything else that we prompted. Now, on top of that as well, let's have a look what happened on Slack. We quickly log in here, and you also see that today, right at the bottom, you can see that this particular notification, and we gave it only the we wanted to make sure that only the title here obviously appears. We can expand this further by making sure that the SLA sits behind it and everything else that we wanted. So this can be completely customized, but we want to make sure that this is here to prompt then someone who monitors this particular channel, or in fact the Teams channel. Let's pull this up. You've got the same node right over here that they need to look into this particular issue here. Now, as soon as comments have been made or attachments have been done to it as well, all of that is going to be syncing bidirectional between, in this case, Jira and Helix. Again, we can set it up that everything is bidirectionally translated. We can make sure that summaries, for example, apply. We can make sure that other business logic applies to it, to make sure that it's in a certain format that it needs to be on both the source system and the target system, respective of which particular way the notifications are flowing. All right, so I hope that gives you an overview on what the platform IntelliPaaS can do. It's one of very, very many things that we can do. This very much just focusing on taking data in Helix ITSM and syncing it over to Jira Service Management, where from here, we also had the AI nodes in between, focusing on the summary and the enrichment ultimately of that particular ticket, plus then sending it in real time to two additional endpoints that we defined as Teams and Slack. All right, thank you so much. Please take a look on our website for other details of what we can do. There's plenty of connectors that we obviously natively support as well. And we look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Thank you.